Hello viewers, welcome to Raxio Hour. Raxio Uganda was paid an official visit by our group CEO Robert Mullins alongside other Raxio officials who included Bhavik Pattni, the Chief of Staff Raxio Group, Bewket Taffere, the recently hired General Manager of Raxio Ethiopia, Yannick Sukakumu, the recently hired General Manager of Raxio DRC, and last but not least, Robert Saunders, the recently hired Chief Technology Officer Raxio Group. Raxio Group is playing a pivotal role in driving economic growth, social development and digital transformation throughout Africa as the leading carrier-neutral data center operator whose data centers are purpose-built to provide the technical foundations for innovation and are the centerpiece of the infrastructure, supporting the growth and digitalization of the African economy. We had a chat with each of the visiting officials and picked their brains on different topics around each one of their designated roles as members of Raxio Group, as well as their opinions on how data centers such as Raxio are set to pave the way for Africa's digitalization. This is what they had to say.
My name is Robert Mullins. I'm the CEO of Raxio Group.
My name is Bhavik Pattni. I'm the Chief of Staff to the CEO at Raxio.
My name is Bewket Taffere. I'm the General Manager for Raxio Ethiopia.
My name is Yannick Sukakumu. I'm the General Manager for Raxio DRC.
My name is Robert Saunders. I'm the CTO for Raxio Group, responsible for the design and implementation and also the operations of all of Raxio's facilities throughout the African continent.
Fantastic to see the facility completely finalized, customers in there, and it running very much smoothly as we expected. It's been quite a feat to get this facility fully operational. Of course, we had a launch back in 2021, but everything is good to see. Everything's running smoothly. The team is happy, customers are happy, and we just will continue to fill the facility to fulfill customer needs.
At the moment, our core focus is on building. We want to expand the footprint of our platform across the continent, and we want to be able to deliver our services to more customers. So we're looking actively to get into new markets. We currently have 4 new markets which are under development, and we have more that are to come.
In other markets, we're making a lot of progress. We're using our experience here in Uganda, leveraging everything that we've learned, and really catering to a growing and increasing demand across the continent. We have facilities currently in construction and under development in 4 other countries, in Ethiopia, in the Congo, in DRC, in Mozambique, and now more recently in Côte d'Ivoire. We're continuing to expand, continuously looking at new markets. We expect to be in a position to announce another 3 to 4 new markets later this year.
On the construction, we are progressing very well. We're up to our plans. We'll be making announcements over the coming months on the progresses we are so far. And parallelly, we are building the team that's going to lead the Ethiopian operation once it's coming.
Today, the data centers landscape in DRC is just about inexistent. Today, there is no data centers, as to say, in the DRC, which is shared for space for colocation. Today, there is no tier 3 data centers in the DRC. So all the existing data centers are solely owned by the companies, and this represents a huge demand that is unmet.
Data center is a cornerstone for IT services, IT-enabled services, and it's good to mention here that the Ethiopian government has a digital strategy 2025. It has been highlighted there that the economy should be supported by digital technologies, and we should create also a digital economy. So this will be the Raxio data center is going to serve as a cornerstone for having such a digital economy, to build this digital economy and digital services.
We know the DRC is a very big country, one of the biggest countries in Africa, with more than 100 million of people, with more than 40% of mobile users penetration. Today, the data traffic is growing exponentially, and there is a need of data centers to actually allow the conditions where this access to internet will be at an affordable cost, and our data centers are allowing the condition for that. Not only that, but for our customers, this type of data centers we are building, Tier 3 totally neutral data centers, are actually enablers for their services, for improvement of their services.
So far, we have found a overwhelmingly positive sentiment from customers in all the markets in which Raxio is either already in or also planning to go into. In all these markets, before we actually make an investment decision to move forward, we speak to customers on the ground, we understand what their pain points are, and we understand where the needs really lie. And so far, we have not had a single potential customer who has said that this is a bad idea.
So the driving force for our plans is really to meet customer needs and market needs and market demands. I think when we started to look at this opportunity back in 2018, we saw kind of on the horizon a lot of gap between the infrastructure that existed in many of these markets that we were looking to address and what was actually there. And I think that continues in the markets that we're addressing. Of course, a lot of these things are getting a lot of attention. Connectivity is improving dramatically, both terrestrial and subsea capacity with new cables. And I think the digitalization process and digital transformation process across the continent has really accelerated. We've seen it also during the pandemic and lockdowns, which has to a certain extent catalyzed some of those needs and has forced many operators, many service providers, and many businesses to transform maybe faster than they originally anticipated even. But I think it's a moving cargo train. It's not there's nothing stopping it, and we're there to help enable it, make it go faster, make it go more seamlessly, and really help our customers and help these markets, businesses, and the public sector to adopt digital services, which they're doing anyway, but doing it with infrastructure that can really accommodate all of these needs in an environment which is optimally designed to do so.
So Raxio have been hugely successful in delivering this world-class facility. Now, one of my other areas of expertise is and requirements is to ensure this facility meets international and global standards from an operational standpoint, ensuring the facility has the right people, has the right policies, and also has the right tools to ensure we can maximise the uptime for our clients and for Raxio as a data centre owner.
So, what is needed is, I think, first and foremost, is the infrastructure, right? I think that the drive and the need, both from a business and from a consumer and from a public sector perspective, is there. I think, as I said earlier, there's no stopping, I think, this dynamic. But I think people, again, businesses in particular and public sector sometimes get cold feet because of unreliable infrastructure, or they embark on this digital transformation journey only to find out that the infrastructure behind it is not supporting all of their needs. I think the other part is that by having this infrastructure in place, it also opens the door to new services and new offerings, I think, ultimately for the consumer. One
of the main trends in the data center industry is making sure these facilities are as efficient as possible. Sustainability is on one of the main key drivers for clients and also for owners. So we have to ensure we have effective and efficient PUEs, which is ultimately the ratio of facility power over usable power for IT. So the low PUE is achieved by ensuring we're using the latest technologies from a cooling perspective, and also power, ensuring the most efficient UPSs on the market. In addition to the actual design, ensuring the equipment adjacencies are close coupled to each other to ensure cables are at minimal lengths, which all help to improve the efficiency of data centers.
Being a general manager for Raxio Ethiopia is a privilege to be, and I will play my role to make a difference in the Ethiopian IT landscape, and to make Ethiopia a hub for innovation in ICT.
This is a very exciting opportunity for me to be the General Manager of Raxio DRC, as this will allow me to actually play a role in the digital transformation of my country. The DRC has today what we call a general plan for digital transformation that has been is being implemented by the government, and data centers of this type and tier 3 totally neutral data centers that Raxio is building is what we can consider as cornerstone for this digital strategy of the DRC. And I'm so happy and very excited to be a key player, to play a key role into this and to contribute in the development of the DRC.
Data centers are evolving at an immense rate. Designs now are becoming more modular in fashion, and one of the main drivers behind that is speed to market and also easy rollout of future phases of these facilities. So once we have a potential tenant or client, we need to ensure that we can deliver the design in an efficient and quick manner, which we have our consultants to support us, and then during the construction having the qualified and capable contractors from a civil perspective and also MEP to deliver the whole design and construction project.
Here are some of their impressions of Raxio Uganda.
I was so impressed with what we have seen here. There is a lot to be learned from what the Ugandan team has done. It's a lesson, and you see that when you see the facility, the data center, you see that how Raxio is serious in making something big and making new standards for a data center business.
My first impression when I came here in the Raxio Uganda was just, wow! It's so big, the infrastructure and the materialization of the project itself, to be able to meet the people behind it, to be able to see the professionalism that the Raxio Uganda is providing to its customers, to see the standard, the high quality and standards that are put in place for our customers, for the security, for all the aspects of the requirement for the data centers of this category is just something that is mind-blowing. And it inspires me actually to see what is expected and what is the quality and the standard we need to put in place in our respective markets and precisely in the DRC.
So the original goal of Raxio Uganda was to build a facility that would match international or world-class standards. I'm pleased to say with my first inspections of the facility, they've certainly achieved or even exceeded my expectations in terms of the facility being constructed in the centre of Uganda.
We're moving full steam ahead in a very, very dynamic environment. I think everyone who kind of follows the news in this space has seen quite a lot of activity on the continent, more players becoming involved, some of the bigger players addressing some of the bigger markets. We stand firmly by our strategy of addressing the markets which we call sort of middle range or second tier markets, which have very similar, we think, dynamic and needs as some of the bigger markets. So yeah, we're very happy with our progress. I think we're on a great trajectory, and it's going to be a very exciting year for us at Raxio.
Thank you for tuning in to Raxio Hour. Have a lovely weekend.